it's Sam here from KitchenGadgetsClub.com and also the voice behind your popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Today is day 10 of 12 days of Kitchen Gadgets cookery. Well, I just had to do it for the 12 days of Christmas, didn't I? Pull apart bread, but unlike the version we showed you in the summer, a garlic bread one with baked camembert in the middle. Who doesn't love baked camembert at Christmas? Or any time of year really, because come on, let's face it, we're all addicted to air frying it. But I thought, let's do the pull apart bread recipe, stick the camembert in the middle, do some garlic butter as well, making use of the time and the positions, and do it in the Ninja Foodi. And we can do it as part of our proving bread and our steaming the bread. And I'm going to be following again our pull apart bread recipe, which is in our first cookbook. This cookbook is so well loved, it has sold more than 200,000 copies. I mean, it still feels surreal to even say that. I can't believe it, 200,000 copies. It's never what I expected. I was thinking like 20,000 copies. 200,000, it's like wow. And this is also Sunday Times bestseller. And if you've not seen it before, it's this one. On pages 184 and on page 185, we actually show you how to do the pull apart bread recipe. We were the first to show you how to do it with the air fryer. So it's got the air fryer time and temps in this if you don't have a Ninja Foodi. So you can do it on air fry, Ninja Foodi, Ninja Speedy, whatever you want really. It's just really easy to adapt. So let me show you it in here. Oh wow, doesn't that bread look amazing? Can we repeat that but make it into a garlic bread? What we're going to do is we're going to lose the middle one, and in the middle one is where the camembert's going to go. I mean, it's going to be epic, isn't it? So cookbook to one side, and if you want the ingredients and the measurements for the dough, then you can either grab yourself a copy of the complete air fryer cookbook, or we also have the recipe using the Ninja Foodi, because this is the air fry version, inside KitchenGadgetsClub.com, and all the measurements are there. And I'm also going to be sharing this recipe as well of how we convert it into camembert with garlicky pull apart bread. So shall we get started? So of course you have your flour, you've got salted butter, we've got yeast, we've got salt and pepper, we've got milk, and then also we recommend a little bit of extra virgin olive oil as well. So, shall we get started? So, let's move some of the ingredients out of the way so we can get started. So, grab the bowl, and then we're going to start with a bit of salt, a little bit of pepper as well, and then salt and pepper to one side. And then you can add in the butter. Of course, if you want to do a flavoured bread, so you can add in like some garlic powder or something at this point as well, if you prefer. And then what you want to do is you want to rub the fat into the flour. And then have a feel around until you've got rid of all the bits of butter and it's like breadcrumbs. And then what you can also do is give it a shake, and then any bits of butter that you haven't done will come to the surface. Right, I'm happy with that now. The hands a quick wipe because they're absolutely filthy, and then we can warm up the milk. So next you want to add your yeast into the bowl. Oh, there's quite a lot that's been left there, so let's grab those last bits, shall we? And then also add a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. And then last but not least, let's add in the milk, which we've just warmed for about 20 seconds in the microwave. But note that will vary depending on the type of microwave you've got and the wattage. And then now the main ingredients are in, we can start mixing it and making it into a lovely dough. I'm gonna get my wooden spoon in here, but you can just go by hand straight away. And then I'm going to get my hands in now, but first let me show you something else that you should have. So this is what I call a pinch pot. So basically fill in a small bowl with some flour, and then when you need to flour your hands or you need to get more flour on the worktop, you're putting your hands into there rather than into your bag of clean flour. So I'm going to start by getting some on my actual hands, because then it's so much easier for mixing yourself then. And then you can get your hands in and get working your dough. If you look, that dough's coming together lovely already. I'm just going to get a bit more flour on my hands because it's quite sticky. And then you clean the side of the bowl with your dough. Get every bit up, and then the bowl can go to one side. Then flour your worktop. Oh, this bread dough is amazing. You know when you've had one and you've perfected it for such a long time. So if you look at that, does that come together so quickly and so easily? So now stretch out the dough, press it over, same again, stretch it again, like that, as far as it will go, and roll. And then a bit more flour again on your worktop. And then I'm just going to flour that bit a little bit. Oh, look at that for dough. That'll look amazing. And then just have a bit of patience and keep stretching it. It's coming together beautifully now. And look at that beauty. So 97, 98 are fine around there. And then that's what the dough balls look like. Don't they look fabulous? So just rinse and repeat until you've done all 8. So then when you've weighed out your last one, you can make them all into nice dough balls. And there you have it. That is your 8. So then what we're going to do with this one compared to the other one is we're going to do them all the way around like that instead, and then with the Camembert's going to go in the middle, and it's just a beautiful way of doing this recipe and just mixes it up a bit, and who doesn't love garlic bread? So now your next step is to get your cooking pot out. So this is, we're using the Ninja Foodi 15-in-1, but any with a approved setting or any with an air fryer that does a really low temperature. For example, when we're using this, 35 Celsius is the approved temperature on the Ninja Foodi, but when we used to do it on the air fryer, we used to do it at 60 Celsius, but we used to cover it. So just bear that in mind, because otherwise it can develop a crust on top, but just think you can convert this for the air fryer if need be. And then put your rack in. You want it in lower position as well. And then of course you've got your handles that's going to make it so easy to get out later. And then for a bit of Christmas fun, we all love screwing up the paper liners, don't we? It's one of those joyful moments, isn't it? So you do that just so that it makes it easier to use. And then you want to pop it in, flatten it out like that. And then you can add in your dough balls. So grab your dough balls and then you can start loading them up. Be mindful that in the recipe in the cookbook we get 7 round the edges, and in this you're getting 8 round the edges because you're making space for your Camembert. So let's start, shall we? So pop them down. Remember, you can always move them about, so if you're kind of thinking to yourself, oh, I've ended up doing them too close together and I've got a space, then note you can mix them about. Still got 2 to fit in here. So if you look, the space there is more for 1.5. So if I go like that, you can do it. And look at that, doesn't that look fabulous? So now that's your Camembert hole. So what happens if you proof your bread and the bread kind of goes into your Camembert hole? That's why we need to put a dish in the centre for whilst we're proving it. So I'm just going to grab the same dish that I'm going to be using for the garlic butter so that you can see how we're going to use up this space. So the secret here is to find some dishes that perfectly fit a Camembert that are not too big, because you want the bread to form like a ring around the cheese. So what you do is you grab yourself your favourite Camembert in a box. Just So I'm going to go with this one here. So then, of course, you want to make sure that it's not going to interfere in your bread. You will get some of the dough sticking to it as it proves and as it moves around, but that's fine, you know. We're all used to cleaning out little dishes, aren't we? And then this one can be for this. So I'm just going to put these, put the Camembert back in the fridge. Don't know why I'm bothering at this time of year, because it's really, really cold today, so it's not going to make much of a difference. But, you know, it's that habit, isn't it, of putting your cheese back in the fridge. So I'm going to put that back in the fridge for later, and then we can start this proving. Proving takes an hour in the Ninja Foodi, so I recommend doing this ahead of time, getting it proved ready, and then start actually cooking it closer to when you actually want to eat it. So, all bread ready, so let's get the lid down and let's set the proving. Going to turn it on, and we're proving first. So you're looking for the proof setting, and it'll automatically set it to 35 Celsius, which is great. And you want to put it on for an hour and then press start, and we'll see you in an hour. Whilst our kitchen gadget is on, working its magic, can I tell you more about our 12 days of Christmas? Well, basically, it's a different recipe every day for 12 days. And we've done it because we absolutely love using our kitchen gadgets at Christmas time, but also because we thought it would be really, really helpful to someone else out there if we did a giveaway where you could win your Christmas dinner. So where we would pay for your Christmas dinner shop, and then you could have turkey, chicken, and all the trimmings, or whichever ones you want. And it's also to celebrate the pre-orders of our brand new cookbook, the Multi-Cooker Cookbook, which is such a beautiful cookbook. I'm so proud of this, and it's got 125 deliciously easy recipes and essential techniques. But what's so amazing about this is it's brilliant for if you have different kitchen gadgets, because it covers air frying, pressure cooking, slow cooking, mixing up pressure cooking and air frying, steaming, and so many others. So it also includes the opportunity to get our turkey recipe, so you can actually get the turkey recipe that's featured in the cookbook before it's even out. All you have to do is pre-order yourself a copy of the Multi-Cooker Cookbook. Simply search Multi-Cooker Salmon Dom, or go to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/books, and you can pre-order yourself a copy there, and then you can be having this turkey recipe in your house this Christmas, and also have the chance to win your Christmas dinner on us. So now, pause the video and do that, and then let's get back to this recipe. So we've finished proving, so would you like to take a look of how it looks now? Right, let's lift up the lid, shall we? Oh, wow, look at that. That bread has expanded. And just like I said, you'll get a bit of the dough coming down the sides of it, because that can't be helped. And then if you look now, you've created a ring. So it just looks fabulous now, how it looks, and how it's now perfect for cooking and finishing off. So first of all, very carefully lift it out, and there you can get a closer look of how it looks. And then you need a cup going in, because this is so that you can use steamed bread, but you can use steam bake, steam air fry. They all do similar things, so don't worry if you've only got one or the other. And then pop it back in very carefully, because it really has expanded. Don't forget about the dish you've got, so pop that back in as well. And then as we steam the bread, what we're also going to do is melt the butter and cook the garlic and the parsley, so that at the next stage we can just do the baked Camembert. So about, depending on how much butter you want to brush on top, you can go with either 2 or 3 heaped tablespoons of the butter. So that's how much I've used. And then that's some garlic and some parsley I've already prepped. So you want to add that in as well. And then what will happen is, as it steams, but also note that what we're going to do is we're going to swap it round. So as soon as it started cooking, so it's built up its steam and everything. Once it's actually cooking, we're going to swap it for the Camembert. So now, lid down. So now your next job is to do the steamed bread. So you want to pop it around to steamed bread, and you're looking for 180 Celsius. That's 360 Fahrenheit, and a cook time of 15 minutes, and then press start. So let's pop the lid up because we're down to 12 minutes left now. And yes, it does sound like an aeroplane taking off. Everybody says that about the Ninja Foodi when it's on the steam settings like steam roast and steam bread and things. But just expect it. And that's how it looks. Doesn't that look amazing? So you can see that that butter's lovely and melted. So grab yourself a tea towel because your job now is to get it out. So grab yourself a tea towel and then grab it out without burning yourself. Chef Dom's going to show you how it's done. You'll grab it by the sides. And then pop it to one side. And then we're going to replace it because we've got our Camembert ready. So what I've done, as you can see on all our other Camembert recipes, is I've just sliced the top of the Camembert, obviously got rid of the box and the plastic packaging and everything, and I've added a little bit of olive oil, some paprika and some chili flakes. But you can do whatever topping that you like on your Camembert, and then you want to pop that down in the same little gap that you created before, and now we're actually going to cook it. So we're going to pop the lid down. We've got just short of 12 minutes left, so we'll be back in 12. And we've beeped. So shall we see how the pull apart bread with the Camembert's doing, shall we? Are you ready? Let's lift it up and reveal all. Oh, and look at that. Doesn't that garlic bread? Can I say garlic bread? Because there's no garlic on it yet. It's just pull apart bread with a Camembert in the middle. So first off, grab the garlic butter that you've already prepped, and then you can start adding this over the area, and then you can have a lovely, lovely garlic bread look going on. And you won't be able to see it from here, but Dom's just said to me now, we've got a puppy and he's 5 and a bit months at the time of recording this, and he doesn't really show that much interest in my cooking, but the smell of this is really driving him crazy. He's actually watching me cook for once. So the big question you're all going to be asking is, how melty is the Camembert? So let's give it a whirl, shall we? Oh, look at that. Does that cheese look amazing? Oh yeah. So you have it. There's your Camembert and there's your bread at the same time. So can you believe it? So this is just using some savvy swaps to get the cooking times and temperatures right. So all of this comes out of either the complete air fry cookbook or our cooking charts, which covers more than 275 everyday air fry foods, which actually includes Camembert on the list in the vegetarian chapters at the top. So this is brilliant because you've proved the bread first, you've proved it's the shape that you want to be able to cook your Camembert, you've done your garlic butter first whilst it's building up its steam ready to start doing the steamed bread setting, and then when it's actually cooking the steamed bread, you're actually melting your Camembert. So you're doing all of it all at the same time in one, and you're making use of the time, and this is just a perfect one for that party time of year, and it's just one of them that just had to be on our 12 days of Christmas. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait for it to cool a little bit, and then we can get it out and I can show you it closer up, because quite often these cooking pots can be quite dark and you can't really see as much of it as I would like you to. So then I can dunk some bread into the Camembert and you can get a side view of this delicious yumminess. And then you just need to remove your paper liner from it, and then it's ready for serving. So if you pop it up like that, it's really easy to handle. And then you remove your paper liner, get this out of the way, plan your serving dish. So I've got this lovely blue platter that I've just picked up from Argos. And then pop it in like that, and you're ready to go. Oh, doesn't that look amazing? So that is how to do baked camembert in the air fryer or with a Ninja Foodi, depending on what you're using. Remember, this bread takes 15 minutes at 180 if just using a standard air fryer. It's a great way to make something festive for this time of year when you're celebrating Christmas and you're looking for something good to have for you and your family. It's also great for some party food as well. And it doesn't have to be Christmas for you to enjoy this, but we thought it would be brilliant for our 12 days of Christmas. So enjoy. Thanks so much for watching our YouTube video. It feels so amazing that you've stuck around to the end. And of course, that must mean that you like our videos. So why not also follow us on social media? You can find us at the Kitchen Gadgets Club on Facebook and on Pinterest, TikTok. We're Kitchen Gadgets Club. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. And you can also find us at KitchenGadgetsClub.com, where we have a membership that shares brand new kitchen gadget recipes every week. And we also have lots of great ideas, resources, tips and tricks. And we are an ovenless kitchen, so we teach you exclusively how to cook with kitchen gadgets. And a ciao for now.